Good afternoon, everybody out there. It's your man Cam. I just want to come on here and speak to you guys real quickly about what's going on right now with the economy, y'all. This crazy lunatic that's in the White House right now has gone and, as we all know, applied tariffs to pretty much every country that ships in goods here into the United States, in which he knows just as well as everyone else knows that by doing so, the cost of goods are going to go up, and that's going to affect everyone, but most importantly, it's going to affect majority of the people that in this country we have to work, and we are all, for the most part, living paycheck to paycheck as far as majority of the population in this country. There's a small percentage of people that, if something was to happen today, would have enough money to be able to survive the rest of their lives and or 10, 15, 20 years or whatever may have you. But majority of us, we don't have that luxury. And I'm saying these things because I just took a glance at the NASDAQ. I didn't look at all of the stock market as far as the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ are the two stocks or what have you that most of the country bases how the country is doing off of. And so I just, like I say, glanced at the NASDAQ, and when I looked at the NASDAQ is down 1,000 points right now, almost 6% in one day. The NASDAQ is down, and that's because the people of this country are uneasy, and we have no idea about what's going to occur based off of this president who is very unstable. And he's unpredictable in the things that he does. But regardless of those facts, he's literally, and I've said it time and time again, destroying this country one day at a time. And like I said, the sad part about it is that people still trust this guy. People still listen and believe the nonsense that he's telling you guys and feeding to you guys. In which, like I said, there has to be an extreme lack of common sense out here for people to believe what he's saying, but what is actually happening before our eyes is the complete opposite. You understand what I'm saying? I can see if somebody said, well, that car is blue and that car is blue. But literally this guy is telling us, well, that car is red, but we're looking at the car and the car is blue. But because he said it's red, the people believe him. And I said it before, but all he does is when he has these press conferences, he gets people, it's almost like he's paying these people. Just like this Tesla guy tried to go and buy the Wisconsin election by handing out $1 million checks to two people. He did this to, for one, flaunt his wealth, and two, try and buy the people of Wisconsin votes. For one, you only gave that $1 million to two people. Two, we don't even know if it's a real check. But by giving out $1 million to only two people in a community of millions, it's not going to change the fact that what you're trying to do is wrong, and the things that you are doing are wrong. And this ignorant leader of this country right now is, well, we're going to try, the Tesla guy, he's going to be moving on. He's not going to be working, yada, yada, yada. Who cares about that? He needs to go back and change his course on these crazy tariffs, y'all. We're talking about 25% tariffs on cars coming here to the United States. But not only that, at least a 10% tariff on all goods that are coming into the United States. So whether that's a pair of shoes, a toothbrush, whatever it may be, he has put tariffs on everything, which in the long run, we're going to have to pay for, in which he could care less about us. I don't know what this guy is trying to do other than what I see that he's doing, which is collapsing this economy. And I don't know if he wants to collapse this economy on purpose in order to put people in such desperate positions that they have to depend on him in order to survive, if you get what I'm saying. It's almost like that thing where you would see on the old movies where you had the king, and the king would come through and take whatever little bit of money you had and all these things, and then you have to come begging on your hands and knees for a cup of grain. And that's what this stupid person in the White House appears like what he's wanting to do to us, and wanting that to happen to this country. And if y'all don't see that, man, God of mercy, bless your soul, because y'all are truly blind. And ignorance is something that will blind people. And I'm trying to tell y'all something which is factual, because it's right here happening in front of us. But because people are so caught up on their stupidity that they won't believe the truth. Man, y'all, like I said, this economy was doing 100 times better when Mr. Biden was in office. It just was. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I don't care what nobody else says about what Trump was the one that caused it. He ain't did nothing but destroyed this country. And everything he touches turns into dust, so to speak. The guy went to McDonald's and was serving French fries, and then a day or two later, there was a listeria, hysteria, whatever they call it, outbreak on McDonald's French fries. And McDonald's had to stop selling their French fries until they fixed that issue. The first time this guy was in office, COVID comes out of nowhere. People falling dead left and right. Businesses shuttering and closing their doors. People being forced into situations that they did not ever think that they would be forced into. And I hate to blame these things on this guy, but these things are happening around him. So, you can't blame somebody for an outbreak of a disease, yada, yada, yada. Well, that's what you think. Because when Moses was sent to Pharaoh, God caused different diseases and different types of outbreaks to occur because of Pharaoh's stubbornness. And yeah, God created that stubbornness, just like God created this so-called man that's in the White House. Yeah, God created him. God created him the way that he is. But I can't blame God for anything. God created us all. But my point is that these outbreaks and all these different things are happening under his watch. And we can, and even if you don't believe in any of the outbreaks of the diseases and things like that, one thing that you can trust in and see is that this guy is destroying this economy. But y'all, I just wanted to say that little bit. I wanted to get that out there. And these diehard MAGA followers, y'all need to get down on y'all knees and pray and ask God to open y'all's eyes up to reality. Because it's as if y'all are walking around with your eyes closed, bumping into any and everything, and thinking that you're going to be safe until you walk out into the middle of traffic. And that's where y'all's leader is taking you guys as well as taking this country, which affects everyone else who doesn't believe in anything that he's doing, into the middle of 285 during rush hour. But y'all stay strong out there, as strong as possible. Try not to break under these circumstances that we are being placed under, y'all, because it's times like this where we truly have to be stronger than we've ever been, because these types of situations causes people to break. It causes people to act out in ways that we shouldn't, and we end up doing things to ourselves and or to other people because we feel like we are in a situation that we cannot get out of on a positive foot or on a positive note. But y'all stay strong out there, man, and y'all keep believing that God is the answer, that Jesus is the true way and the true life. This so-called president, all he is a shell of a person. And he was, like I say, put in that position in order to do the things that he's doing. So we have to deal with it. But until then, man, y'all stay strong. And I love y'all. This is man Cam, and I'm gone.